I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the fire.
No, it is not a fluke. No, it is not an accident. No, you are not in a time loop.
We are back.
We're here.
Yeah. Sorry.
In the flesh.
Family things happened the beginning of this week, so I didn't have to, I was not here, and so it caused some issues. Sorry about that, guys.
few.
It's my fault.
A few.
I was in Maryland, so there was that.
Yay. Good times.
And you didn't drop in on me.
I was going to say
Actually,
that.
I thought about I thought about it, especially today, because I was coming back. I was like, maybe I should just stay here and call the rabbi and just hang out at his house and do the show from there. But then he would have had to set up here, and that would not have been good.
No.
Got it.
No. However, he will probably try to at least catch you for lunch when he comes back up again.
But thank you for not stopping by.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But I will call you the next time I go up there in about a week and a half.
Oh, that's a good warning.
Be like, hey, can
That'll
we
be in
have...
the middle of Yom Kippur or something. A week and a half is literally Rosh Hashanah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't even know birthdays and stuff, so I can't.
Yeah,
keep
I was
up
gonna
with
say, that's-
anybody else's religious holidays. I can't keep up with them at all, so I have no.
I can
clue.
barely keep up with mine.
Right.
That's anti-Semitic.
Yeah, well,
Anybody else's religious holidays.
yeah.
It's still
Anyone's.
anti-Semitic.
It's anti
He's
everything.
just Islamophobic also.
Exactly.
I was going to say,
I'm hating upon all of them. Okay. I'm sorry.
an equal opportunity offender.
Equal up.
Yep. See, just a second behind here.
I know.
All right. So
I don't get the whole Islamophobia thing, because people who have it out for Islam, they also have it out for Buddhism and
yes.
Confucianism and this, that, and the other, until you account for terrorism.
Right.
Yes.
Because there are 36 radical Islamic terror organizations that believe that all of us are infidels and therefore should die.
Yes.
Yes.
But
Fear of dismemberment, last time I checked, was not a phobia.
and now we're cut off of YouTube.
And so we're being called Islamophobic for being afraid to die.
Yes.
Well, how dare
Well,
you?
from being afraid to be killed by somebody in a terrorist group.
I was literally accused of racism for caring about vandalism coming from a school in the neighborhood, because it's the public school and all our kids go to parochial schools.
Yeah.
And all the kids who attend that school, or at least 99% of them, are black.
Okay.
Oh,
So
you-
therefore it's racist. Like, I was like, why do I care about the race or ethnicity of the person who vandalized my car?
yeah, why is it?
I don't care.
Why is
Do you
that
think
skin
I would
color?
Be less upset if it was a white kid who vandalized the car? I mean, are you serious? You really think that I want to know the racial background of the kid who vandalized the car before I decide I'm upset?
No, you're upset when you
Like-
see the when you see the problems on your car. You're upset then.
Normal people do
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
My van doesn't care about the race or ethnicity either.
Are you sure?
And by the way,
sure, yeah.
my African American neighbors also don't care about the ethnic background of the vandal.
Well, not for nothing. That's what a non-racist person would be referring to, is always having a...
Yeah. You always using your black neighbor or your black friend
friends
or
or
black.
yeah. That's what a non-racist. That's what a racist person would
Right.
do. Is tout is.
That's they always tout their.
I've got a black neighbor.
I'm
I've got a
obviously
black
not
friend.
racist
I'm obviously.
because-
Yeah, you got to be real careful with that. But,
really do.
but I turned around and said, look, that's a racist assumption. You're claiming that I have a problem with that because they're black. It's like, if you weren't, a false accusation of racism, the actual racism is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Yes.
In the one making the accusation.
Yes.
So don't come at me with your racist accusation of me being a racist, because I don't care about the race. You clearly do.
Yeah, and that's kind of the issue.
And you can check out next time your house gets robbed or something.
Uh-huh.
You can determine the race and then figure out whether you're offended or not.
Yeah, decide if you're upset in advance.
I'm gonna say where I live, it's about 95% certain. if it happens.
There's
Yeah.
a white guy.
No.
No.
No? Oh, I don't know where you live.
I live in a very rural town that is about 98% black.
Okay.
And I mean, like, literally everybody. There's a
So therefore, it's 98% likely.
98% chance that whoever breaks into my house is going to have a darker skin complexion. Yes.
And it won't
But
be just because
if you get the one white guy in town,
Yeah,
you'll be just as upset
I would be. You're right.
because
And-
you're not actually racist. You couldn't care less of the race. You
No.
just care that your house was broken.
No,
into.
and when the one guy busted out my back door window and tried to get into my house and failed because I've got deadbolt locks on a 100-year-old door with
and a big gun.
and a big gun, but a 100-year-old door and door frame that literally cannot be busted into. And we came home and the fingerprints were there. They couldn't figure out who it was because there was just too many fingerprints on the door handle. But I didn't care about the skin color when it happened. All I wanted to know was who did it so they could stop.
Right.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
local
it's-
druggie. I know. It was a white guy. It was a white guy. I was still offended.
It was a white guy?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they figured it out. Yeah, my wife just told me. So,
Yeah.
yes.
And you
it-
weren't less upset or
No,
more upset.
I was
because
actually-
you care less. All
I-
you wanted is the guy not to do that anymore.
Exactly. I just don't want you trying to
And
get in my
it's,
house.
it's just like we've reached this point in society where unless you look at everything through a race lens, they call you a racist.
Right.
Yep.
Which is
But I can't.
like
Which
it's
is
like
can't.
Orwellian.
I can't look through a racial lens because if I do, I'm racist.
Well, of course. But now they're saying to you, if you don't look through a racial lens, you're a racist.
Yes.
You literally
That's
are.
why it's Orwellian.
So I'm a
You are-
racist no matter what.
You're literally damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
They-
Right.
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 That's
So-
also because you're white. I have. Did I tell you this one already? I have a friend who's Korean, Seun Kim,
Yeah.
and he and I trade
Yes.
really. I've told you this before.
Yes. You
Yep.
trade
The
the
really off-color jokes, and we're going to
Yes.
cancel the white guy for laughing.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Well, not off-color, but I mean
I know what you mean.
ethnic, not politically correct.
Very
off that color.
non-PC
Very
ethnic jokes.
non-PC racist jokes about each other's ethnicity.
Yes.
And
The
his
really good
Chinese
ones.
accent
The
is
ones
as
that are
fake as
fun.
mine.
Yeah, but it's
Because he speaks a perfect English. I mean, he's got,
Oh yeah. Well, it's like the guy that's he's
Wait,
it's like the guy that does the YouTube videos that
Oh, emotional damage guy.
no, the other one,
Oh.
the one that does he's the uncle guy that always does the food
Oh,
stuff.
Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger. Yeah, both of those. Emotional damage guy, Uncle Roger guy. Both of them are Chinese descent. One was actually from China, then moved to Ireland, then moved back to China, then moved to Ireland, then moved to England, and then came to the U.S.
He's a little bit mixed up.
his accent is all over the place.
Right.
Funny enough, his his time in the UK corrected his Irish accent, and he only sounds
Yeah.
like an Irishman when he talks about Ireland.
Yeah.
It's really funny. And then he's been in California forever, and so now he just has a very solid dead
California
English.
accent.
Not Californian, just proper English.
Yeah. It's very articulate. It's very.
Extremely articulate English,
yeah.
American.
English. Yeah.
Right.
More articulate than most Americans.
Oh gosh.
Well, yeah, but
The Brits. There was one British comedian who said to another on an American show, he says, "We can say whatever rubbish we want, and they think it's Shakespeare."
right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because it's true. They sound.
different.
Now, I've heard there's certain Brits who think that an American accent sounds really cool and articulate and whatever.
I
And I'm
guess
like,
that would depend
no.
on what it is.
I was gonna say, where are they from? Like West?
Well, I'm sorry.
They're from West
I'm
England.
sorry.
Which American accent are we talking about here?
That's true too. Clearly, they haven't been to the Bronx.
And it's definitely not from Louisiana.
No, or South Jersey.
Anyway, this guy Sehun calls me up, and it comes up on my phone as I'm driving.
Yeah.
And my wife says, "Why is the leader of North Korea calling you?"
Oh,
Then I answer. I talk to him for a while, and I get off the phone. My wife is like, "I was looking forward to hear an actual Korean accent." The guy is totally
Straight
came here as
American.
a child. He has no accent at all.
No, nothing at all. No.
see, those are the best ones to have because
Unless he wants to.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Those are the best ones to have to be friends with. The ones that can look like they should have an accent, but don't, but can pull up a perfect one at will.
Whenever they need to.
Because that's
If they
when
get
you start
pulled over.
upsetting people, right?
We don't understand.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He says his father, like because his father obviously does speak with an accent.
Right.
Confucius so disappointed.
Okay. All right. So we did this last time. We're not going to do this
He's
this time.
allowed to
No,
do
he
that
could-
joke, by the way, because he is Korean. It's okay.
No, I'm not talking about that. We did this last time. And we've all agreed before the show, we're actually going to do a solid story.
Y'all agreed.
Yes.
Okay, we agreed.
I'm just here. I'm like,
We agreed
I would
before the
rather-
show we're going to do a solid story.
I think good stories and chat shit and fellowship is sometimes better than the degradation that's going on in our world and in our country. But
That's
you
very
know
true.
what? That's
But,
fine.
you know,
you want to
we-
bring everyone down on a
Yes,
Wednesday night.
We
that's
need a
cool.
downer so we can get through the rest of it.
Roger that. Fine.
All right, roger that.
Then take it down.
So you brought a story up to us, and I had no idea about it. But then again, I've been out of the news
Yeah,
for the
I've-
past
yeah, I haven't
weekend.
paid attention either.
So tell us about it. What's going on here?
Okay, let's go through this one piece at a time.
Yeah.
There's a college in New York called Yeshiva University.
Okay.
Okay.
A yeshiva is a rabbinic school.
Right.
Right.
There's one institution that first of all founded a rabbinic school in America that was a good rabbinic school, and then it decided to allow boys to engage in yeshiva studies at the same time that they're getting a secular education.
Okay.
Okay. Kill two birds with one stone.
Created a university, so it's
Yeah.
Yeshiva University.
Right,
You
makes
get to do
sense.
both at the same time.
Okay.
In fact, I know, one of my friends had chosen to go there. This is 20, 30 years ago, of course, but
Right.
he said, I wanted to be able to get a law degree and I wanted to be able to get rabbinical ordination. And here I could go and prepare for both in a religious environment.
Yeah,
And that's why I chose this institution.
Okay. Yeah. You could get
Now,
separate degrees
like-
all the way through without having to take go to two different
Now-
colleges.
One might call
Now,
it the
they
Jewish
have
one-stop
grad
shop.
schools. The grad schools are not part of this yeshiva environment,
Okay.
as it were.
Yeah.
Anybody can go there. So they have
Right.
the Einstein College of Medicine, and they have a law school, and anyway, and those schools had LGBT organizations,
Yeah.
Okay.
student organizations. But the undergraduate yeshiva college, which by the way is like a lot of the classes are boys only or girls only. They're actually
Yeah.
separate colleges. There's Stern College for women, Yeshiva College for boys. And there was no such idea that you would have a club like this until about 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
These group of students who went there, and of course, they went through the door to Yeshiva University knowing what that institution is and what it stands for.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So either this whole gay identity thing is hogwash. They even though they went through puberty in this post era where everything is out there and everything is okay, they didn't know they were gay until they got to YU because it's not innate after all. That's option
Okay.
number one.
All right. So that's option
number
one.
two is no, they were already gay and they went to the institution intending to do this and change the institution.
Right. Okay. So they
There's
either
really no other option here. It's not like it was innate and they woke up to it suddenly, when at age of 18
right.
and figured it out.
They were just surrounded
So-
by a bunch
Well,
of
now-
boys. It's not like they were just surrounded by a bunch of boys at a boys' college and were like, ew.
I mean,
Right, it just doesn't work that way.
No, I don't know. I would
so they
argue.
decide, we're going to change this institution, and of course the rabbis say no.
Okay.
how dare they?
There are rabbis who are in charge of the spiritual health of the institution because it's Yeshiva University.
Yes.
And the rabbis say no, we can't have such a student, so they sue. And it goes in front of a New York judge who just happens to be a Jewish graduate of another private religious college for her undergraduate degree.
Yeah.
Who then became a lawyer
Mm-hmm.
and a member of the LGBTQ Jurists International and of New York State.
Okay.
And in 2018, when she was being reelected to the judgeship, she gets the highest approval rating from LGBT Bar New York.
Okay.
Good for her.
So she's just a little bit biased here.
Nah,
She
well,
said, Yeshiva, we don't care about your religious liberty. You have to accept this organization.
Okay.
You're a secular college. You're taking secular studies. You don't get to call yourself religious and secular at the same time. You can't have that. So therefore, you got to have the club.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, so let me make sure I got this right. So, because they teach courses that are normal courses, as well as teaching religious courses, and their foundation is in the religious course, but they use those other courses as secondary education for people that don't want to go to separate colleges at the same time for graduate degrees, etc., whatever. They have to accept federal mandate on public education for a
Or
private.
it's a state mandate.
Yeah, a
The
state
to
mandate.
tell them what to do.
Yeah, it's a statement. They have to accept a state mandate for public educators, not for private organizations, especially not for religious private organizations. But they have to accept that because they teach the same things in a certain level as some of those courses on the public spectrum. Is that where we're at right now?
Something like that. I mean, and this, of course, I mean, it's a major problem for any religious university.
Yes.
Because the judge is basically saying that if you are offering secular studies, you're a secular organization, not a religious organization.
So if you're not just straight rabbinic school, or if you're not just straight seminary, and you're not like you
Right. You can't have a place where you go to study secular studies, but it's still a religious environment. That's basically the message here.
that's stupid.
You're not allowed to have that. You can't have a religious, and you can't do your secular studies in a religious environment. You have to have your LGBTQ club going on down the street, which is clearly against Judaism because the rabbi said so. I mean,
Right.
it couldn't be more clear.
Well, yeah, I mean it's there.
So,
Dylan Lyles.
Yeah, I just have a
they did.
really quick question. How is
Well,
it?
wait a minute. Let me get through the story.
Fine.
They filed for an emergency stay. They filed for an emergency stay with the New York Supreme Court and with SCOTUS.
Okay.
Last Friday, Justice Sotomayor issued the emergency stay.
Okay.
Said the order from the judge just to allow this club is stayed. And then
matter what.
Sotomayor is on the left edge of the Supreme Court.
Right.
Yes. High level.
So she says we got to hold up. Don't require it of them until we figure out what we're going to do. Just today, this afternoon, the Supreme Court issued a new decision, which basically is a technicality. It says, since they have recourse at the lower courts, they don't have to do this with us yet. Let them come back to us later. What that essentially means, however, is until they can get a stay from one of the lower courts, they can't get a stay from Supreme Court. Nobody will stay the order. So now it's basically saying you have to accept the club for now. We're going to violate your religious rights for now because you can potentially get them back later.
Okay. Dylan,
That's what's crazy.
that is crazy.
And what is Dylan doing?
He's trying to raise his hand.
I'm trying to be polite and let you finish because I'm like, my head's about to explode. So I have two questions now. Now I have two. Thanks. First question. How is it that you can't have a Christian college and a secular college together, but, you know,
Or Jewish at this point.
well, yeah, in this case, yeah. So you can't have a religious college and a secular college combined without. How did you word it a second ago? Because there was a way, because they were trying to say that the reason why they're teaching the secular side of things is what allows them to have the secular
Mindset, yeah.
mindset.
Well, they're a secular university,
the college.
but it operates in a religious environment.
Right. So my brain turns around and goes, well, how come you can have the secular side of it then, but you can't have the say of the religious side?
That's what the judge said.
No, I know, I got that,
Because
but
you're
you
offering
could-
secular studies. You can't claim that it's a religion. You can't say, well, yeah, we're a secular university, but we operate according to our religion.
But what I'm
If you're
saying,
a secular university, you have to operate by secular woke New York standards.
right, but that's what I was getting ready to say. So what happens if you're, say, in a straight secular, which and we could argue that even secular colleges teach some form of religion studies, even if it's not like hardcore in-depth like rabbinic school, you can, or even seminary to a degree, you could still go in and get a degree in religion. So how is
Yes,
it that
in a secular
doesn't
university?
Right. So how is it that, like, say you go to Columbia or something like that, who does teach that stuff, and you try to have, say, a Christian or a Christian or Jewish or religious period group club started, and they're going to say no because
You're a religious organization.
Right.
We're secular. You can't have that.
right, but flip it on the other
There
side.
have been universities where they did the woke left is at work in secular university. And you reminded me there was a case, I think it was Wayne State University out near Detroit,
Yeah.
where InterVarsity Christian Fellowship
Okay.
was not allowed to be certified as a campus organization because they actually demanded that the heads of their organization be actual Christians.
How dare they?
Wait. You're saying that the
They
heads of the
actually said
Christian.
you have to follow the ideology of the club, and the university said if you have a religious ideology test like that, you can't. That can't be a certified student organization. Now, obviously, the LGBTQ club had to be headed by a guy who was pro LGBTQ,
Yes.
but
He was
the InterVarsity couldn't demand that it be headed by an actual Christian,
Yeah.
or a Jewish organization couldn't demand to be headed by an actual Jewish person.
So religious organizations
And
have
they
to be
had
founded
sue
by.
for the right to operate.
Yeah.
That was a different fight. They successfully sued. The student organization did sue and did win the
Right.
right to operate a religious student organization on a secular campus.
Okay, so
But
so
now we
you
have
can
the
have that.
opposite.
So now it's the opposite
Because
problem
you're
where we're
trying to have basically the LGBTQ woke whatever insist there should be no refuge.
right.
Unless it's an absolute religious organization, if it's got secular studies and it's a secular university. A lot of the Christian universities, by the way, classify themselves as religious universities.
yes, they
Or
do.
as Christian or religious, whatever
Yep.
it is. They refuse a whole bunch of federal funding and
Yes.
stuff
Right.
because they're not accredited in the same way.
Right.
So they're discriminated against, and they accept the second-class status because that way they operate as Christians.
Yeah, to
Right,
be able
and
to
that's what I was
maintain.
gonna-
Yeshiva University registered as secular.
So that they could get all the credits and the
They can get
yeah,
all the be on the par with everybody else.
because their
But they're
education
not
is
allowed
on
to
par.
you cannot have a secular university in a religious environment. No such thing. Not allowed that.
So that was actually going to be my question with that. So Yeshiva University, they actually went through the process of being a secular organization by the state.
Right.
Is that what it is?
And actually, when they did this in 1970, the rabbi who was in charge at the time said he thought it was a mistake. They shouldn't
yeah,
be
he
doing
was
it
right.
because it's going to come back to bite them someday.
Yeah,
was right.
and it did because that's what's
well,
going.
yeah, but in the 1970s, who would have imagined where we'd
No,
be 50
I
years
know,
later?
I know.
There
Well,
was just no such thing as, if
just
you
a-
are against trans, you're a phobic bigot. And if you believe that minor children shouldn't be giving puberty blockers, something's wrong with you.
yeah.
Right.
Well, but I mean,
That's where we are now.
yeah, correct.
one.
And
This
they
is
want to promote it on this religious campus.
yeah, and this is the same thing they're doing with America as a whole.
Right.
You know,
Well,
America
yes,
was
but
not
the point
founded
is
on
there
a
can be no refuge.
right.
If you want to if you want to participate in secular American society, you have to accept this. You have to celebrate it. You have to say there's absolutely no difference between a marriage according to the Bible and actually what the Bible calls abomination and certifying that.
right.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's just the things that made
By
everybody.
the way, last time I said that, what the Bible calls abomination, said I called
yeah.
gay marriage abomination.
No. You said specifically
Prove
that the Bible.
That's not what I said.
No.
Go back and listen to the record. I said what the Bible calls abomination. That last time I checked, that was a neutral, objective reality statement.
Yes.
They don't care about objective reality. They care about the narrative.
Yes.
Right.
Because the narrative is a lot
Right.
easier to manipulate than objective reality.
I think though that this
Well,
whole
objective
thing.
reality has a pro-conservative bias. It's a problem.
Right. I think that though this is a good lesson to just show that, sometimes, actually not even sometimes, and especially nowadays, there's no reason to change who you are or where you're at with things just to appease and try and get something up. Like the school changed secular just to be able to be better
Just to
accredited,
be accredited,
which was
just
a
to
good
get all the
thing, in a
things.
good thing in mind. But
Right.
arguably, one could look at it and say, well, they've not sold themselves out. But you get what I'm saying, for
Yep.
lack of a better way of describing it.
They screwed it up because they sold themselves into the government system. With
Right.
that.
And now they're stuck.
Now they have to run through. Rabbi Yaakov Menken, thank you so
problem.
much.
It's always fun. We'll see you.
Bye.
Good to be with you.
Was that?
How long are you clear for?
What do you mean? We can
Do
keep
you have a
going.
commercial break or something?
Yeah, we're on it right now.
Pause.
Yeah, how long is your break?
Oh,
Like
3
3
minutes.
I just read. I have to give you this joke because where are you?
In North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah.
North Carolina. Yeah, you're gonna. 2 hunters go hunting. Collapses to the ground.
Oh no.
Okay.
The other guy calls 911 and says, "My friend is dead. What do I do? My friend is dead."
Uh-huh.
The operator says, "Well, first of all, ascertain, is he actually? You got to make sure he's dead."
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's silence, followed by a gunshot. Okay, now what?
Whoops.
Whoopsie. Sad part is I'm related to people who would do that.
Yeah.
That's why I will never go hunting with them.
And that's why I didn't laugh at it. We know people like that.
I share DNA.
Yeah, I
with
didn't
people
know that
like
would be so
that.
close to home. It wouldn't be funny.
Make you feel bad about the joke that you made.
That's why we're never going hunting with cousin Ralph.
That's it. Yeah. You, Cousin Ralph, or Uncle Eddie.
This is going to be funnier when I tell other people this joke. I told it to 2 guys from North Carolina, and they didn't think it was funny because they were thinking of Uncle Ralph.
Cousin Jeff and Uncle Eddie. It was bad. See, now you have additional ammunition.
Right. The joke just got better.
All right.
My comedy tour, my rabbi's comedy tour.
Hey, that's it. Oh,
We
that would be really good.
Dude, we would love to tag along on that.
Oh, heck
Be
yeah.
part of that tour.
That'd be really good. We should get it. We should make that.
Should.
We should make that.
We're getting ready to come back.
Yeah, we're going to see ya.
This is Defenders Live.
You gotta love it when the rabbi just sticks around only to tell you a joke during the commercial break.
And it's not so much a joke because it's a little close
it's
to
a
home.
little too close to home. That's all we gotta say. It's just, it was good, but it was
Yeah, it's funny when it's
somebody else.
uncommon.
Yeah,
when it's not.
It's funny when
uncommon.
it's somebody else.
Right. But when you can kind of, it's like the same. reason,
Peekapoo, shut up! I know it was funny.
It's like the same reason why I don't watch Cops.
What you want? What
No.
you want to do?
No, I can't even do that. I can't even get into that
Nothing?
because nope.
No.
Because I've seen
too
family.
close.
I've seen family on that show,
Yeah.
and so it's not. I can't. The theme song just makes me sad.
Peekaboo over there. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, well, nobody asked you. It's because you don't have kin like we got.
Well, you might, but even still.
no, like that's one of those. It's like, oh no,
Oh no, not Uncle Eddie.
that's what that feels like.
That's how that is.
So sad.
So, speaking of oh no's, I just gonna throw this out there. Why the hell? Why the hell?
Why the hell?
Yeah, that's.
That's an incomplete question, right? 'Cause
No,
that's-
that is a perfect sentence here.
Well, no, because nobody knows context. is what
Okay,
I'm
well, here's the
saying.
context. Somebody on Twitter, self-described Democrat.
I hate that crap. It's self-described.
Yep. Ask the question.
You know why they say that. And then what bothers me about this one, just real fast, one thing that bothers me about it is because this is arguably a right-leaning article or from a...
Oh, no. It's from like MSNBC people. It's a comedy writer from MSNBC. And
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so they just screened it over.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the whole article itself.
Oh, the article itself. Yeah.
Yeah, to do self-described is a new thing that people do nowadays where they do that to...
Anybody that puts like a little hashtag next to their name.
Well, but it's not just that, but it's that whole, it's self-described. You can't say fact anymore. Even in a right-leaning, quote-unquote, article and news source, it's still got to be, well, they self-identify as this or self-identify as that.
Well-
even they're afraid to actually call, a spade in a lot of instances. And that just bothers me.
Before we get to all the seriousness, though, honestly, they want to know, what does President Joe Biden smell like?
senility, Bengay,
Yeah.
Folgers, maybe.
No.
Well,
he
what
can't
kind of
have coffee anymore.
Oh, he can't.
No.
Huh.
Mess up his ticker.
Oh, does it? Oh, that's right. He's
Yeah. Decay and Old Spice.
Don't do that because my dad used to wear Old Spice.
Oh, you're right. Okay, sorry.
Can't do Old Spice. Brute.
Sorry. Brute. Decay and Brute.
I don't know why, but it's just a weird thing. He's to this day.
But no,
thinks-
why? Why would you ask the question, what does Joe Biden smell like, when his entire thing, the biggest joke that everybody plays on, is the fact that he smells little girls' hair?
That's probably why. No, but here's my question: is why would you worry about what anybody smells like?
Well, yeah, that.
Anyone?
Well,
Anyone?
yeah, I understand that.
Have you ever walked down the street and looked at someone and went, "I wonder what they smell like"?
No,
No?
but I have
Not
walked
once.
past people and I inadvertently smelled them, and I'm like, that's either very good or very bad in different situations. But
Well, right. But I'm talking about, have you ever looked at someone at a distance and said, "Oh my goodness, I would love to smell them"?
no,
No, because they're not flowers. It's not what you do with people.
yeah. Also, I'm not a dog.
Right.
I'm not a dog.
You don't have that kind of sense.
That's not what I do.
The sense of smell is not your dominant feature.
Right.
And again, it is meant to be a joke and, all the laughs and whatever, but come on, man. Like, seriously? Like, it's just annoying to me. Like, I've never looked at another human being and went, I wonder, what kind of deodorant do you think they wear? Never. It's never crossed my mind. Never thought about it. All that good jazz. So there you go.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm dying.
Oh no! Oh no!
Sorry. My kids tell me I need to die quieter.
Yeah, that's usually what it is. Anyway, I don't even want to get to what these people were talking about.
You don't want to hold on.
No.
So you bring up a story where they asked a question, and you don't even read what their answer is.
Some of them said things like cedar, vanilla, and aqua velvet.
Aqua velvet?
Other people said the warmest cup of cocoa in a perfect snowstorm.
Hold on. No, stop. Now, I want honest. Now, I can tell you my grandparents never smelled like that. My grandfather especially. Never smelled like that. Nothing about their house smelled like that. Okay? Does anybody, honestly, does anyone's ever can honestly say that they had a grandparent that smelled like warm cocoa and, whatever the hell ass-kissing statement they had just said?
No.
No. Usually you go into your grandparents' house, it smells of mothballs and dust.
Yeah.
It's just a smell. Even if it's not a stinky smell, there's
It's just a must. It's a must.
Old age has a smell.
It has a must.
Right. And it must
Go away.
must go away.
It must go away.
But you can't sit there with a straight face and be like, "No, I think he smelled the cocoa." Shut up.
In another story, the
Asshat.
FBI has done investigations into hundreds of the attacks of the pro-abortion terrorist groups that have been bombing stuff. Jane's Revenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They found nothing wrong.
Nope. 0 arrests.
I figured.
0 arrests. And
Of
no,
course.
I'm not going to go through the whole story because 0 arrests after 12 separate incidences.
Yeah, but that's
12.
Nobody-
12 separate destructive incidences.
nobody died, so it's not important.
Oh, it's just destruction of property at this point.
Right, but what happened during the Summer of Love?
A lot of destruction of property.
Did anybody die?
Yes.
I'm not talking about people who were defending their property. I'm talking about
Yes.
no. I mean, but I'm not talking. I mean by not accidents. I'm talking
Yes.
blatant murders.
Yes.
We'll just have to agree to disagree. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that's where they stand on that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
I mean, their template, their precedent now is the Summer of Love.
Uh-huh.
And all it was people who were expressing themselves. That's all it was.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
were just, nobody got hurt, so it's okay. And that's exactly how the FBI and the CIA, whoever is treating this is.
Yep.
Oh, they didn't hurt nobody. At least not that many.
Oh,
and
how you doing there?
it's fine.
It's fine.
We're just gonna let it go now.
And some good news.
Really?
Some quick good news.
Okay.
Ohio teachers are now able to pack
Oh, I was gonna say
weaponry.
What are they?
They
packing?
can now be trained up and actually carry firearms into classrooms to protect their children.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah. The House Bill 99 went into effect on Monday.
Good.
Yeah. So teachers are now in Ohio. Teachers in Ohio are now able to come to school packing completely fine as long as they've been trained.
And I am not against that.
No, I'm
that's
perfectly fine with that. That's perfect. That's great. Certify that your teacher is well trained because they're going to be around a bunch of kids and somebody just might get shot because they're dumb.
Right.
So we got to make sure they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I need
all I'm saying.
no accidents and everything else. That's exactly
Right.
how it should be.
Yes. Yes. Now I do have a question for you though.
Okay.
Okay.
God, you're flying through these fast.
Well, that's because they don't really have any substance. Most of those don't have substance. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Do we have anything tonight that has substance?
Yes. First
so there
of all, this
might be a second hour. We're not sure yet. Still.
No, there's probably not.
Oh, okay.
No. You really don't know how many
It's not-
stories I dug through to find these ones.
There's
and
not
they're
that
really
much
not.
substance.
There's really not that much substance out there right now, guys, and I'm so sorry about that. It's taking the 2 days, even taking 2 days off did not help on the substance side.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm just saying it's there. So last week, we didn't get to this story.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but there's been additions to it, so we can go back
We
to
can
it
come
now.
back
Yeah,
in.
Right. So last week, there was a story that came out. An Iowa teenager, Piper Lewis, she was sentenced on Tuesday to 5 years of probation
Okay.
in order to pay $150,000 restitution.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Her crime was killing her rapist.
Hold on.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Say that one more time. She got what now?
An Iowa teenager, Piper Lewis,
She got a pat on the back and a Tinker Tape Parade and
Was sentenced on
a
Tuesday.
monument in her name.
Sentenced on
Sentenced.
Tuesday. Sentenced on Tuesday
Sentenced.
to 5 years probation. Basically house arrest. And $150,000 of restitution for killing her alleged rapist.
I have so many questions, but the biggest one that sits on my mind to start off with. So
Yeah.
just so we're clear, she was raped
Allegedly.
allegedly,
Allegedly.
and she killed the guy allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes.
So he's dead.
Allegedly.
So who the hell is she paying restitution to?
The family. The 17-year-old pled
I'm
guilty.
no. I'm sorry, mom and dad, for raising a rapist. Here, let me pay you because your life has been inconvenienced.
Yep. The 17-year-old pled guilty in June of 2020 to the willful injury and involuntary manslaughter of another person, Zachary Brooks. The supposed
Hold on,
rapist.
this is manslaughter?
Yeah.
This wasn't even premeditated?
Nope, just manslaughter.
No, screw that.
But
No.
willful injury. I meant to hurt you. I didn't mean to kill you.
Well, but hold on.
That's what that
Okay,
says.
and obviously it might go clearer into the story.
Yeah.
But just at the moment, my brain is saying that this probably happened during said alleged rape.
Or right after.
You're right.
One or the other, yes.
Right. Which
Lewis faced 2 charges,
okay.
each punishable by 10 years in prison. On past Tuesday, Polk County District Judge David Porter deferred Lewis's prison sentence. which was good. Defer the prison. Don't do the prison. The teen was sentenced to 5 years probation instead in order to pay Brooks's family $150,000 in restitution. If the teen violates any of the terms of her probation, she could face up to 20 years in prison. The judge explained that the restitution was mandatory and could not be avoided under Iowa law.
Wow.
The judge, David Porter, said, quote, the court is presented with no other option. Apparently, there's some sort of mandate that they have to do that with, like, if you're charged with manslaughter, you have to pay restitution.
That's stupid.
The teen, an alleged trafficking victim,
Allegedly.
was 15 years old at the time of the killing. Lewis.
Hold on. So she was tried as an adult?
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Lewis had run away from an alleged emotionally and mentally abusive home several
Allegedly.
times in 2020. She was sleeping on the steps of apartments and of apartment complexes, et cetera, when she met a 28-year-old man. So she was 15 in 2020. She was away from home, so she left her house.
Hold on. She wasn't worried about Corona?
No. In 2020, she was homeless.
God, that
Okay.
was funny.
It was. She was homeless in 2020 at the age of 15. She met a 28-year-old man who offered her a place to stay.
Okay. Because, why not?
Yep.
Because no guy 28 years old is going to cause problems.
Right. So Lewis accused the man of forcing her into sexual trafficking and selling her to other men, including a 37-year-old Zachary Brooks.
Okay.
That's the person that she allegedly killed.
Right.
Prosecutors did not deny that Lewis had been trafficked at the age of 15.
All right. Just so we're clear, this is not getting better.
No, it's not.
This is pissing me off. more
Or
and more.
that Zachary Brooks had actually raped the teen on multiple occasions. They didn't deny that.
All right. Now I'm really confused. So enlighten me then. How is it that she is the one who's in trouble?
On the evening of Brooks's death, Lewis told the court that she had woken up to him trying to rape her.
Yeah, he was mid-action or attempting mid-action or something.
And she was probably drug-addled at the time.
Or even just to be woke up that way is not.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, no means no.
Dead
doesn't matter.
sleep, sleep means no.
Well, not necessarily, but no means no. Like
No
if you
means
wake
no,
up
yeah.
and she says no, then
You stop.
of course the sex traffic part might be something else. But
Part of it, After Brooks had fallen asleep for the evening, the teenager grabbed a knife from the nightstand and stabbed him 30 times. So he finished, apparently, and then she finished him.
Again, I don't see what the problem is. Somebody needs to she needs a reward.
I don't have a problem here. No problems at all.
Because it's again, it would be one thing if it's like, well, we can't prove it. We can't prove that he did this or he did that or
If
whatever.
she didn't want it,
Right. Like
and
all
she
that
was-
kind of
She was 15. She's still under the legal age.
right.
That means everything that happened to her was illegal.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. One time, a million times, it's illegal.
Everything that happened to her body during that period of time was illegal. And the guy that got her into that is a pedophile and a rapist. And,
Right. And she's the one who gets in trouble.
And she's the one that gets in trouble.
Now, I'm sorry, but I'm starting to agree with a lot of people that the justice system in this country is garbage.
Yeah, especially in certain states, yeah.
Because then you're going to turn around, and again, you're going to say that because it's Ohio, it's mandatory? The restitution? If it had been me,
Right.
or if I had been the father to that little girl, I would be like, no, screw you. We're not paying nothing. Put her little ass in jail, and I'm going to sue every last one of you. We were going to fight this all the way up the line.
Go ahead and let her go to jail for a little while.
Right.
And then
say,
mom,
baby, I love you, but this is the right thing to do because
that's the thing. She left home because she was in an abusive family.
yeah, but
So mom and dad aren't there.
again, that's alleged. And the problem with it is to say, like, and everybody's like, well, you can't pick it.
Yeah, you can.
You kind of can pick and choose on this because, you know.
Actually, she could just tell the judge, take me to jail, take me to jail and tell my attorney to meet me there.
Right. That's what I would have done.
That's all that needs to happen. Take me to jail. Tell my attorney to meet me there.
Yeah.
My public defendant.
Yeah, or whoever. Yeah. I'll meet him at wherever this is. We're going to hash this out.
In those situations, yeah, she pled guilty because she did it because he did something to her, and also that's protecting herself.
Yeah, like I don't, and they're going to say, "Well, no,
It's premeditated violence.
It was after the fact. He was done."
Okay.
So it's okay to just let it slide then?
So he's gonna do it again and again and again.
I've never liked Ohio. What little bit I've ever been in and through
That's
there.
Iowa's.
Oh, that's Iowa.
Iowa's.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
even worse.
Iowa's.
Because I was gonna say Iowa.
Ohio was the one where they're
That's right.
letting people pack at
That's
school.
right. Iowa. That's even worse.
Yeah.
Because like I've never had a desire to ever visit the state of Iowa for any reason whatsoever. And now I
No, you really
sure
don't want
wanna
to
go.
Right.
If I go, then hell's coming with me. That's all I'm saying.
If you're going there, there's a
Because if I'm going,
yeah.
somebody's about to have a bad day.
I found out where Big Pharma Steve is.
Where?
A Missouri physician was sentenced on Tuesday
My God.
for accepting bribes from drug manufacturers in exchange for prescribing fentanyl to his patients.
See,
No, it's not Big Pharma Steve. I'm just making jokes. This guy's name is Randall Haley. I don't know.
I was gonna say big is. I have to double check on this to make sure, but I think he's gotten into making tumbler cups now. I've been seeing it.
That's
on
pretty
TikTok.
cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's like he's been having fun doing it. So he's not the one doing this stuff.
No.
But
the 65-year-old pled guilty in 2021.
yeah, and he's not 65.
No. Sentenced to a 1 year and 1 day in federal prison.
A year and a day.
A year and a day for giving fentanyl. The drug.
Yeah. Now
It's the drug that kills you if you have a little dose. Just breathe it in.
Call me stupid because I am.
You stupid.
I am stupid. But if fentanyl's so bad, why are they still prescribing it?
That's a great question.
Now, I understand that they're going to be like, well, we're doctors and we're educated and we know.
Oh, no. It was specifically a drug manufacturer was giving him money to bribing him.
No, but I'm saying, but I'm talking in general. I'm talking just in general.
Right.
I understand that a doctor will, well, I know everything about everything and I'm, God in a lab coat. So I don't agree with that, but like I can at least understand it to a point. But if you know for a fact that it is that deadly, then why do you still have it? We can't have
Because we have it.
Yeah, but we can't make or create or build any more nuclear power plants because of 3 Mile Island. Sure. And but fentanyl kills people
by the day.
And hundreds by the day.
Yes, especially people that aren't used to it.
Right. And we can still prescribe that and it's fine because, we're doctors.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
U.S. District Judge Stephen R. Bowe.
What?
Stephen R. Bowe.
You sure it's not Bow?
Bowe.
Bah.
Bouge.
Bouge?
Bouge.
B-O-U-G-H. What? How would you say that? Bow?
It's Bowe.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. The GH is silent.
That still would be bow.
No, the U is also kind of just it's an upbringer for the bow. Hey, bow.
No, that's B-U-E. I know that one. Or B-E-U. I'm sorry.
BEU, yeah. Ordered that Haley pay a $150,000 fine and $400,556 in restitutions to Medicare and the Justice Department.
Wow.
Haley overprescribed fentanyl for kickbacks from pharmaceutical companies so often that he ranked the highest in Missouri and 38th in the nation for sale of the drug.
LW Justin over Twitter, 65-year-old gets sentenced for prescribing fentanyl for kickbacks. All right, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer. That's just,
And speaking of OK Boomer,
Wow, really?
yep.
You're a jerk.
Apparently, age discrimination
Uh-huh.
as that it was a no-no during 2020 because Joe Biden got elected.
So because he's in office now, you can't.
No. That's the thing. Business Insider now says that old leaders are what is the threat to democracy.
I can't. I can't with There's so much wrong with all that. The old leaders.
Yes, you're correct in a lot of aspects. The older generation currently that is in
The
office,
ones that have been tainted forever for the past 50 years.
you are correct.
You're
They
right.
are too old to be in office.
Well,
because
and not
of-
just that. You've been in the cycle. You've been corrupted. You
Yeah.
are no longer a benefit to the people. You are a burden.
yes.
Having said that, though,
However,
there is no. We're not a democracy. So there's that. That teensy little, thing.
I mean,
It's a hard thing to process because on the one hand, like, it ain't wrong.
no, I mean it's true.
The
In a lot of ways,
them
the
old
older
codgers
generation,
need
yeah.
to get out because again, they're all corrupted, they're all messed
Right.
up. It's all about them. On the flip side, though, like these younger kids,
Mm-hmm.
this younger generation, it's that it come. I'm sorry, but I keep going back to the old adage of the devil you know is not as near as bad as the devil you don't.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I would much rather have.
Well, the FDA is planning
wow.
to help
Wow,
overseas
be
baby
quiet.
formula makers
Be
remain.
quiet, baby formula maker.
I don't know who you are. Why are you going on and on? Jesus.
I don't know.
my
Something
God.
about baby formulas.
This is why I hate pulling up anything from Fox News. They automatically start videos and crap.
Well, that's how they get the views. They have to make up for
Not being smart.
Well, no. They had okay. So CNN is always doing everything in every single airport, constantly on,
Right.
and that counts for ratings.
Yeah.
So this is
But see,
this is their way of doing it too because it plays.
So if that's the case, right, where that's going on, I guess it makes sense that the Biden administration doesn't want to allow pilots to re-up their licenses after the age of 66.
Yeah. Well, that's like the whole being able to drive and stuff too.
Right. But I mean,
It's the same concept. Like
yeah.
over a certain age, you shouldn't be able to drive. They
Well,
say.
they say.
They say. I don't care as long as you don't kill me or anybody else. I don't care how old you are.
Just drive the speed limit or at least close to it.
Right.
And safely. That's I don't care if you're right up on the steering wheel. That doesn't bother me.
No, I don't care either. Because not for nothing. Like I'd rather have somebody cruising around way too slow, quote unquote, even when I'm in a hurry,
Yeah.
than to have some of these young people. There was an accident yesterday I seen. Guy that they drive past the house all the time, flying, big old truck, jacked up off the ground, fancy expensive rims, the kind that has like the lights under the wheel well.
Yeah, those ones.
Okay. When he had to have hit these people, my guess is it had to have been they were at a dead stop.
Right.
Okay. And he hit them so hard that he drove them across
The street.
the caddy cornered and up the hill into the grass
Ran straight into it.
into a tree. The tree is what stopped them from moving forward
Jesus
anymore.
Christ, how fast was he
When
going?
I say he was in their back seat, he was in the back seat.
Like, how fast was he going?
I don't know. All I
How
know
do
is
you
I
do that?
I came around the corner and I'm like, oh, this is going to be faster. No, it wasn't. I didn't realize that he had hit somebody. But again, I'd seen him flying, and I felt bad for the people he hit.
Not him, because he's a moron.
Right.
He's driving a jacked up truck. With
I've
lights
been
on the
begging for him to wreck for a long time.
just not into somebody.
Yeah, right. Not into somebody, but he did.
Hopefully,
And-
there was nobody else in the other car.
no, there was. There was.
was. Oh,
The car was full.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you don't know. Okay.
I have no idea
don't
how they turned out. I
sucks.
know that these people were alive when I was driving by.
Yep.
They may have been jacked the hell up,
Yep.
but but still,
And
like I would much rather have Granny Gray Hair driving around and going slow and me not be able to get around her or whatever than to have that guy.
oh hell yeah,
You know what I
Any
mean?
day, any
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Any
And
day.
so I'm not going to argue about it. Like, if you can drive and pass the test and your vision's right, get behind the wheel. I don't care.
Right, whatever. No big deal, right?
Adam W. Johnson also on Twitter. I've noticed that the closer we get to Donald Trump actually announcing he's running again, the more these stories have been happening. Talk about the old people.
The
and blah, blah,
ageism,
blah. Yeah, the
yeah.
ageism and stuff.
Yeah, because Joe Biden's not. He announced already, though. Joe Biden's already announced.
Yeah, but Trump's not running.
Yeah, but Joe Biden's older.
Yeah, I know. I know it. But that ship sailed.
Yeah.
That's kind of a day late and a dollar short.
Yeah.
So there you go. Whatever.
And don't forget, if you go to Boston University, they just had a bomb explode.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So just out there.
Just stay away from
The Museum of Fine Arts and the Boston University, they had a Pelican briefcase, pressurized ones, explode on them.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So it's there.
Good.
Be safe out there, guys.
Good times all around.
That's all I'm saying. Just be safe.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Go to the website, DOAShow.com. Follow us on all the social medias at DOA Show, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.